is to actually establish a good negotiation, not only when it comes to the U.S. but also to other countries that we trade. Is that we have to the U.S. wants us to actually establish a good protection when it comes to our labor, because that's what they're clamoring about. You see, these people, I mean, human rights protection when it comes to our the people who are actually working here and producing these goods that we trade. So it's important to do something about it, and also to present an idea that even the Filipinos that's working here are actually protected, not just about other countries. And right now we see that other countries, U.S., are confident when it comes to our president. So I think that's a good start. And also when it comes to those business partners, we see that a good confidence will be is already possible, but we need now is an action and good movement so that we can actually achieve our goals.
What she's saying is, stop talking, start doing.
Yes.
Well, sir, we have talked about our subject is basically our new president, but what I believe is that people also got we also have our part in this government. We already have laws and they are implemented. Some laws even overlaps, but I believe that what we can do is be good citizens. We should be obedient, because it seems that we are good at criticizing, but we are not doing our part, our roles, and that's what I basically notice among Filipinos. They like to say things negatively on other people, but they have not checked themselves whether they are as good. They are really that angel inside them.
Yes, I would just like to add to what both of them said, what both of them mentioned earlier with regard to the overlapping laws and then with regard to the protection of human rights. I just remember that we had a discussion yesterday in Philippine trade practices about the Omnibus Investment Code, and it made me really mad to see that the provisions there were so pro-foreigner that they almost forsake the rights of the Filipino people by establishing export processing zones that give people less than minimum wages, etc. I think that the president, given the fact that he has already shown that he is for the people and that the people are his boss, should reconsider and maybe revise this law to make it better both for the foreign investors and of course for the people, because whatever benefits we give the foreign investors will go to their home countries. What we should do is to make sure that the benefits we get go straight to the effort of helping our people prosper economically.
I beg to disagree on Mr. Arcelia's comment about the RH bill. I mean, it's not that I am a supporter of the church. I personally disagree on a lot of their points. But I think, we could harness that population for labor. Look at China. You have 1 billion people in there. Most of them live in the coastal areas. They're densely populated. But they do harness their labor into some menial jobs which in the long run would produce tons of goods. Like for example, you don't need to be a college graduate to pack things, to assemble screws, to create nails or something. And also the second issue, job security. Contractual ka 6 months na lang, as pagkataas 6 months, wala ka ng trabaho naman. So what happens is, meron pa nga mga manager na nga dyan na 6 months lang ang kontrata, so wala na. Paano yung mga ganun? So what happens? They necessarily corrupt. They get more than what they should get since they have no job security. But in other countries, they have job security. In Japan, they take care of you from the cradle to the grave. So, kung alagaan ako mula pagkabata o sa libingan ko, pataw magnanakaw. I guess it's more on empowering the workers.
Were you saying, Jerry, that a big population is not necessarily a liability? Was that what you were saying? Jeremiah?
That's ominous.
Are you aware of the fact that China now has a one-child policy? Yes. And what does that tell you? Yes, that was there already before. And if they had not had a one-child policy, they'd probably be 2 billion now, and they will not be as prosperous as they are today.
The other side, Ray.
Have you seen a 1.7 child? Huh? Because that's what Japan, or I think it's 1.3. Have you seen a 1.3 child? Huh? And that's why Japan, when I was assigned in Thailand in the late 60s, 70s, we had the same number of people, 40 million. Today, Thailand has 60 million, we have 94. But look at where Thailand is today. Okay?
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, the other thing about China that you must know is 1.3 billion people. There are 350 million people in China who go only with 1 meal a day.
That was what I was going to expound on. Remember, when Jeremiah said that look at what China is doing, we should look further because these Chinese people, some of them don't even have basic human rights. Like they work in substandard conditions, etc. So that's not what we want with our people. We can go for economic growth, but at a better way. We don't want it to be like immediate, but a lot of people will die in the process because we should care more for our people. And also, with regard to what the Dean has mentioned, I agree that we should limit our population because we should remember that the Philippine social system, the distribution of wealth is not equal. We have a Gini coefficient of 45, which means that 45% of the wealth is not distributed equally. Now, if we increase the population substantially, that will make a bigger problem, and we don't want that to happen, not until we have a more equitable distribution of wealth that can give a lot more people better living standards.
Andy?
For sure, there are lots of things that really Pinoy would have to prioritize. But I suppose one very close concern that he has to prioritize is, I think, the rift between Vice President Binay and former Senator Mar Rojas. I mean, enough of all this politics because, well, I think that is the very reason why Filipinos could really not take off from where we are. Kasi actually, even before the inauguration, what are we looking, all these politicians are looking forward to? 2016. So, and here comes, of course, Vice President Binay now talking about the Coconut Palace being the official Vice President residence. So, I suppose one of the many things that he should prioritize, one is, well, pwede ba sabi niya, paring Mar, pwede bang okay na muna tayo dyan? And then let's just wait and see come 2013 if ever he runs as for senator again.
Okay.
It's on.
I'd like to pick up on what Andy was saying about reconciliation. I think that's one of the issues at hand. There's no reconciliation without justice. And talking about that, that's the teething problem as mentioned by Ambassador Arcilia. We have to put more teeth on whatever he is doing, and choosing the right people is one of the best things I heard from the inauguration. Putting the Lima to task, that was like zeroing in on the Mindanao issue, is something that's really giving to do the confidence building that our students are talking about. And definitely if you, well, I'm just following the newspapers.